Hello and welcome back to Apocalypse Build episode 5, I think. Yeah, it should be 5. In the last episode I built part of this thing. Now I'm just deciding I want to finish it. I'm getting tired of breaking this stuff, so I'm just going to destroy it. Very quickly, in fact. As it was only temporary, I was already expecting to remove this stuff because concrete as a base for everything does not work well. And I don't know why I'm doing that because I actually don't want that. And there we go. Now I'm still debating if I'd actually want to do... In fact, I'm actually going to do that. I'm just going to turn this all to stone bricks. At least this quarried stone brick. Because I think it suits it quite nicely, actually. And I guess this archway would actually be somewhat nice to have this. Personally, design isn't my thing, but I try to make stuff look at least decent. I hate having to time it like this. It's kind of annoying. What else should I talk about? Hopefully by the time I end this episode I will have at least started creating the NPCs. At one point I was thinking about putting the bandits in charge of the power station, but that'd be kind of an issue because bandits are all, obviously trying to cause... Basically, they're trying to inflict more damage. So just having them in charge of power would actually be kind of dangerous. Though, of course, since they're NPCs, they wouldn't be doing anything, but I want the player to have an ability to affect the surrounding. And there's going to be, whatchamacallit, bandit encampments and the military base, survivor camps, all that fun stuff. And so far I have about 100 NPCs that I could easily make. I'm going to definitely try to limit that down to only like maybe 10 per faction, which is there's only going to be 3, so that's about 30. But if I can't resist, I might make it 20 perfection. Because at least the zombies are going to have, what was it? I have about 10-15 zombie skins for the most part. And I have to adjust them according to what they're based off of. This is the boring part of trying to build this different way of building. It always annoys me. But it looks good, so I can't really complain too much. I remember in Terra Firma Craft that you could actually make really fancy blocks by carving them up, and I technically could do that too, but that'd be kind of annoying. I believe I have the multi-block parts in here, so I could technically do that. It would actually be more, I guess, adjustable than the normal one, the normal Terra Firma Craft carving, because you can have multiple different types of stone, or wood for that matter, pretty much any block that's adjustable or carvable. But yeah, I'm gonna have a concrete roof for this just because I don't feel like wasting too much time on it. And the Bibliocraft stuff will actually make the interior look... I guess I'm not going to be using the Bibliocraft stuff for this. This is more like a power company. I could probably use the tables at least. Mostly nuclear control is going to be the primary mod I'm going to use for this. And there we go. Did I see a pig? That's that. Okay, that was sure. I killed pretty much everything within range. I had a little fun with my Dragunov. Personally, while I like the M14 designated marksman rifle, or DMR, it's lacking in... I guess it's pretty accurate for the most part, and it's got a good magazine capacity, but I just kind of like the Dragunov a little bit more. The only real difference is the ammo capacity for a Dragunov is 10 rounds per magazine, whereas the designated marksman rifle is 20. It could be 10 to 20, really. It's a box magazine, so there's abilities to be adjusted. And speaking of adjusting magazines, I still want to do the increased magazine size for my gun pack. I'm actually thinking about working on that maybe a little bit later today. I have a few other things I want to do. Yes, I know I could have just built... I could have did it like this, but this is the last layer anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Come on. I don't know why, but it just skips one every time I try to do that. And having it constantly be day is actually kind of fun. And with any good building, it's just easier to make a roof like this. And there we go. And technically I'm not done yet, so I actually do have to build slightly higher. In fact, I have to go too high, so I can actually start doing this. And I'll fix that later. But yeah, this is going to be specifically for lights and the output of power. Basically, the wiring is going to be in this part of the building. That's going to be for most of the buildings. That's why I have to have most of the stuff in like the large towers, the skyscrapers. I have to actually make the rooms 6 blocks high. 3 of those blocks will be for just walking space, where the other 3 would actually be for wiring. But at least it looks nice. And one thing this concrete stuff has over the construction foam is that it doesn't take hours and a bunch of light to actually cure it. I probably should make the wiring first, actually. But I'm not using any power right now, so I don't have to worry about that. And for the wiring, I'm probably going to stick with the high voltage and copper cabling. For the most part, the copper cabling is just for the actual lights. Okay, that's actually medium voltage. Something I really don't want. I guess the tin wiring. Personally, I like the copper wiring. It's not like it loses anything for being copper wiring. But yeah, this wire could hold the entire current of this setup here, if only by a little bit. Let's have this plug in. I'm removing this for the most part, because it has no use right there. I don't know if I want to have this set up like it. Let's see. This is the one that if it's connected with a redstone, it splits, I hope. Because that's the one I actually need, yeah. Okay, instead of this being here, I'm actually going to set that right here, here, and here. and the lever is just going to be up here. Therefore, this entire power plant is no longer producing energy. And since this is just copper cabling, doesn't need to actually, I'm thinking it should be fine. In fact, actually, I can test by having this entire thing run through the wire. Does it burn up into fireball or anything? Doesn't look like it. The real test is actually hooking something up to it, though. Does it melt the wire? Nope. And it's getting power. Not something I really want right now. Actually, Okay, how much power do I need here? I'm gonna go with the MFE, just because it's a smaller power source and it requires a lot less work to actually change the amount of energy it can transmit. I'd be burning this thing up in a second if it had anything connected to it. Let's go downstairs. It's gonna be dark in here, but I don't have to worry about that, at least. I don't know why, but some of this stuff just seems to appear randomly when you use the, whatchamacallit, builder. Okay, right here. And I don't know how much this is actually, so I'm going to need a tape measure. Tape measure, which is actually very handy. You want to know the actual distance between two things. 17 blocks. Okay, I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In fact, I keep forgetting. So about 6. And there we go, that should be fine. Good. Now, how big is this building? 20. Okay, that was actually expected. So if I use it in sets of 2, and right here, how much do I have here? It should be 16. Okay. Oh yeah, it's 3 in, so that would not work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that then. Bring this one over. And that should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That works. And there we go. Now I can actually power this entire building and have the lights come on. Let's go over here, 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 and here. That should be all the area. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing here, because I can just fly above it and see if all of them are connected. Yep. Perfect. Okay, now with this, I need to simply just do this. And each one of these would work. There we go. And this. Now the real issue here is that I need to avoid connecting this directly, because medium voltage will blow everything up. So what I have to do here is some tricky work. A medium and low voltage transformer. Okay. Okay, that's the wrong one, but this, however, should be fine. Now I just need a wrench. There's a lot of wrenches in this. And there we go. Now I should be able to connect this correctly, and it shouldn't burn out anything. Actually, I'm going to test this so I don't mess anything up, because I've burned out many of a building doing this before. Okay. What was it called again? Because I've forgotten. Let's just go down here. I know where the area it is. It is in. Or at least the general area. It should be past here. Right here. Illuminator. There we go. I think this was the off one. Actually, I should probably get the one that's currently getting power, which is on that side. This will tell if it just blows up or if it doesn't. Well, it looks like it's fine. And interestingly enough, these illuminators are probably one of the most interesting sources of light, since they produce about that of glowstone, but it requires energy, which is, in real life, quite a good thing to have. There we go. And this entire building should be functional now. And the only thing I need now is to bring it down here and put an MFE right here. And that'll start storing the energy. That's the basic setup for this. This should be functional. and ready to work. Time to seal it up. Yep. And there we go. The power company. I'm guessing there's probably quite a bit of energy left in here. Yep. And it was expected. Now, the lights themselves don't usually drain that much energy, so that should work quite nicely. But once I cut the power and remove the MFE that has a large amount of energy, that should quickly turn that off. I think it has like a 2-second delay before it just completely runs out of power. I am breaking the wrong one. Wrong machine. There, no power. And it should be pretty dark in here now. And there we go. This thing should have quite a bit of energy, but that's not what it's used for. Actually, I want to test something, because I know at one point it was not working for me. So I want to see if this works again. Right-click a light, and it does not produce anymore. It doesn't allow it to charge it anymore. That's kind of sad. That was kind of one of the fun things of you have a battery and you could charge one of these illuminators. But there, the basic structure of the power plant is done. At least the solar power plant. That's not a very big fence, but that'll be 3 high soon. Now, I need wood. Actually, I'm gonna go with the fence posts as normal. I like to use these fence posts as the primary power, whatchamacallit, I'm trying to remember the actual term. Basically, they're the poles that hold the power lines. I just can't remember what they're called for some reason. And bring it about there, 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 there. I'm just gonna keep doing this. All the way over here. That's kind of why I have this grass area. Actually, I'm just going to accidentally break that. I meant it. Not really, but I blame the lag. Okay, let's see. Yeah. That's the basic part of the power plant. I'm guessing probably next episode I can start with the NPCs, but I want to use copper cabling. Since copper cabling seems to be the most easily obtainable one. Unfortunately, this is actually kind of annoying because I need to have the full source of energy here. Actually, not an issue, because right here can be where that comes out, and it can go right over there. And see, it's just weird how that works. I'll just move the power line slightly over. Or actually, I could just lead it over to where it's meant to be. I know I'm past the time, I don't really care right now. I'm trying to fix things. At least make them look nice. And functional. Don't forget functional. Yeah, this is too high. Unfortunately. It's only one. Actually, that doesn't have to be too high. I actually can just do this. Oh. There we go. And there we go. One source of power that can easily be transferred over the entire city. Now granted, this is pretty much be only enough power to keep the lights on, but that might even be too much of a strain for this system. It's got medium voltage though, so that shouldn't be too bad. I think these require or these things require roughly 1 EU per tick to maintain. And I have to adjust this definitely. CESU? Yeah. Had to remember what the thing was called. That's a medium voltage power box. It's basically your mid-tier IC2 box, but for right now, it's what I need to be as a buffer and prevent light from just shining through. And that should all look quite dark in there now. I can turn the power on for roughly a second, and hopefully it doesn't blow up. Nothing seems to have blown up, so it works. So now I'll probably just bring that entire cabling all the way over to the city now. And there's that chunk hole again. That'll never go away. That seems to be there permanently, and I don't like it. In fact, I don't know how to fix this. I really don't. I've allocated 4 gigs of memory to not only this, but my client as well, so yeah, this is impossible to fix. This is getting annoying. So I'll see you guys next time. If you like what you're watching, subscribe. If not, oh well. See you next time. Have a good day.